I want to talk about some new watches that I tried on about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So as usual, I do my runs at my local ADs that I go to, that I sometimes buy watches at. In this case, I think I went to Lilliquist in Beckstead. Not sure I pronounced that right, but we're gonna go with it. And Lenkensdorfer. I typically go check out their Breitlings, I check out their Tudors, obviously see what's going on with the Rolex market. So I asked them a couple of questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
Try to get a feel for the market and stuff like that, but also, obviously try on some watches. And, I've always had, ever since Watches and Wonders in March of 2023, I was always intrigued by the new Black Bay 30, the new Black Bay line. I'm not talking about like Black Bay 54 or anything like that, or the new, GMT. I'm talking about the normal Black Bay line, the more dress style watches. The watches that replaced the Black Bay 41 and 36 that were just, had smiley dials, off the shelf ETA movements. And these watches, the cool thing about these watches is they have the 5-link bracelet, Jubilee, if you want to call it that. I've always been intrigued by these watches, even like the older style ones that had like the oyster bracelet, and obviously the steel and gold ones that actually had the Jubilee style bracelet. I keep saying Jubilee style bracelet. You can call it a 5-link bracelet or a Jubilee. It's whatever, it is what it is. We all know it's a Jubilee bracelet. So I tried on the 39 millimeter steel and gold model, and I also tried on the 41. Tried on the 39 first, and my opinion was this is the perfect watch for my wrist, especially for like a dress watch. I honestly don't think you should go any higher than 49 unless you really like big watches, especially for a watch that's sort of like more on the dressier side. To be honest, I would say I think 36 and 39 are like the sweet spot, but for my wrist, 39 all the way. So if I was going to buy one of these, I would go with the 39. One of the things I really appreciated, I love how versatile these watches are. I only handled them a little bit. As you can see in the video, I don't have that much footage about them, but I held them in my hand a little bit. They feel the quality feels there. I've handled several Rolexes in the past, tried them on. Buddies of mine have brought over some, and from what I could tell, it did feel similar as far as quality. Obviously, Tudor's Rolex's sister company, so you can expect that there are some basic minimum quality standards that they're going to meet. A lot of people say that the shield protects the crown. Rolex is not going to let Tudor overtake Rolex as far as quality wise, because Rolex is the king of quality, even though they are mass produced, making about 2 million watches a year. Where these watches go, who knows? I haven't been able to get one, but whatever, I digress. Quality-wise, they feel great in the hand. The T-Fit clasp takes this watch to the next level, in my opinion. You can easily adjust the fit of your watch on the fly without a tool. So the biggest upgrades for this watch are the Jubilee and the clasp. The T-Fit clasp is next level. It is the top, I would say, the best clasp in this price range by far. It's not even close. These are steel and gold watches, so you got to be into the steel and gold look to be able to pull this off. I'm not super into steel and gold. I do like it. It's not something I would wear all the time. It's something I would appreciate when just wearing it around the house and looking at my wrist. It's just something I'm not terribly flashy. As you can see, I'm wearing a t-shirt, I'm wearing shorts. You can't see them. I'm pretty casual, and it's not easy for me to pull off a steel and gold watch, even though I do really like them, and I have one full gold watch and one steel and gold watch, but that's beside the point. I think these watches are great. I would highly recommend them, and the price point is pretty good. I think they start at around $5,000 for the 39, a little more for the 41. So the price point is there. So as far as the 41 goes, I think I already kind of brought this up. In my opinion, it's a little big, because this is more of a dressier watch. Again, unless you have an enormous wrist, you just want to have more of a statement piece. I would stay away from the 41 unless you meet those two criteria. Like, you want a big watch, you want a statement piece. I would say the 39 should be as big as most people go with this watch, because you got to factor in the size of the dial. I'm wearing my 41 style, and in my opinion, it's a little big for a dress watch. But again, I have my reasons. I have another video where I talk about why I chose this watch and why I'm okay with it being this big, even though I wish I could have gotten a 38. To be honest, still looking out for a 38. If I find the right one, I might pick it up and put this one on the market and sell it. But for now, I'm happy with it. This is the 41. As you can see, I can pull it off. It wears quite nice. But I think the 39 is the way to go, in my opinion, even though the 41 is quite nice as well. A lot of people complain that the new Tudors are not, a bezel is just like capped. I believe this goes for most Tudors. Yes, the bezel is capped, so it's not full gold, but it is enough gold. It's not just a PVD. This is way better than a PVD coating where you can just scratch it off really easily. They put enough gold on the watches that you can actually have them like professionally polished 2 or 3 times before you start getting to the undercoating, the actual steel underneath it. Obviously, you should not do that. Don't take your watch to be polished on a whim. I would only do it if it has like major scratches, to be honest. I'm okay with scratches because I feel like it gives your watch a little more personality. So as far as the bracelet is concerned, Tudor, similar to Rolex, I would assume that Rolex uses a little more gold than Tudor as far on their bracelets. The bracelet is capped with gold as well, so it has a steel core, and it has gold wrapped around it. Again, enough to polish it about 3 times. But we're not talking like a light polishing. It's like a heavy duty, like scratch removing, make it look brand new kind of polishing. This is not like I'm just gonna rub it with like a cloth or something. This is like heavy duty polishing. Again, only reserve that if you have a pretty deep scratch. So I wouldn't really, or if it really bothers you, but don't polish it on a whim. Don't take it in to be polished. Just leave it alone. But again, you got like 3 heavy duty polishes before you get to before you hit the stainless steel. So my overall thoughts are, I think it's a pretty good line. Overall, a little pricey, but I think the fact that you are getting a precious, steel and gold watch, and the fact that a comparable like Rolex Datejust would be more than twice as much. So I think in that regard, I think it's a solid deal, and it's obviously probably the closest thing you can get to having a Datejust. And now with the Jubilee, I think it's a winner. I think these watches are really nice. If you like that kind of look, I'm also looking at the plain steel models that came out on Watches and Wonders. Those are I have my eye on one of those, but we'll see what happens. I'm really looking out for one of those. But anyway, if you have any questions about the watch, feel free to leave them in the comments. What do you think? Do you think Tudor? Do you like the steel and gold Black Bays? Let me know what you think, and really helps a lot if you can like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.